Hello, everyone. Whoa, that is loud. Hope you're enjoying your beer and food here. What's that? Okay. My name's David Simpson. I'm a software engineer at Microsoft. I work on the Bing Custom Search team. And I'm here to talk to you about our new service, Bing Custom Search. I'm pretty excited. We're launching it here in Build, and it's a new service that I'll give you some examples on how you can use for some of your business scenario needs. So I'm going to give you an overview of what Bing Custom Search is, how and why you can use this tool to power a variety of search needs, and then walk you through a couple of demos on how you can use it. Talk a little louder. So what is Bing Custom Search? So we're going to start with Bing. If you're all familiar with Bing, it's a world-class web search. It searches a very large global index, billions of documents. So we want to bring the power of Bing and allow you to apply it to your needs, to your custom search needs, either at your website or on various things. Sorry. It's a tool. You can use our portal to create your search instances and then integrate them in a straightforward REST API into your website, into your mobile apps, into your enterprise. And it's ad-free and unbranded. We're launching it today. It's in free preview mode, and we hope you give it a try. It's a part of the Cognitive Services. Our section's over there underneath the artificial intelligence sign, and I'm happy to talk to you and answer any questions. So what are the ways where you can use Bing Custom Search? So Bing Custom Search is a tool to tailor Bing Web Search to the specific needs of your business. Today I'm going to talk to you about two important scenarios that you can use it for. The first is site search. What is site search? It's quite simply if you're the owner of a website and you want to make your site searchable, then we have a solution for you. You can use the power of Bing to focus on the content of your websites, and we give you customization controls to adjust ranking, to move results around, block pages, subsites as necessary. The second is vertical search. And what is vertical search? So vertical search is a search engine focused on a topic. It can span hundreds of sites, not necessarily those that are under your control, in fact, most likely not. But these sites are relevant to your topic, and it's about delivering a great search for your topic by constraining it to the subset of the web that has all the good information on that. And so the first is really about delivering a great search on your properties, and the second is about delivering a great search on a specific topic across a range of properties that you might not manage. And using the REST API and using our portal to configure it, you can deploy this to your consumers. You can use it in your enterprise. You can integrate it into mobile apps. And the interesting thing about vertical search, topical search, is that you can leverage the tool to discover related sites. So you can start with a small seed of sites that are related to your topic, and you can expand that to cover much, much more of the web. And you can play around with it and go back and forth, refresh the topic, or refresh the suggested sites, and really add them onto that. So it's the power of Bing search in your hands. Really, the only takeaway from this slide is you don't need to worry about building a search engine from scratch. We have one. It's great. It's state-of-the-art query understanding, page analytics, ranking analytics, all of that. You can focus on the parts of your web application or your website that you're a domain expert on and create a customized search solution with very little investment. So that was the introduction to custom search, and I think really the best way to show it and explain it is to give a few demos. And I want to go back to the two main use cases of custom search. One is to build a site search application, and one is to build a vertical search. So I'm going to switch over. Let me switch back. So in the first example, let's build a custom search for a site search for your business. And I'm going to build one for Microsoft. You may be consulting for a client of yours and you need to build a quick site search solution, and I'll show you how to do that. So this is the entry point to Bing Custom Search Portal. You sign in with your live account, and the first time you come in, you'll have to register, accept some terms of service. And then you click on My Instances, and you're going to go to the main overview. And this will show all of the search engines that you've created. If you're new to the site and you haven't created any, this will be a blank page. I have a few that I've already created, but I'm going to go ahead and start creating a new one. So this is going to be a Microsoft search. As I mentioned, we're going to search across a few different domains and properties within Microsoft. So while it's initializing, so here we are at the main portal page. This is where you build your custom search. Right now it's empty. It's a blank slate, but we can start populating it. So over on the left, in this whole area here, is where you're going to configure your search engine. You're going to add sites. You can adjust ranking options. You can block some. You can pin them. I'll get into pinning in a little bit. And over here is where you're going to preview your search. So let me just start off with Microsoft.com. And once you've done this, you've basically configured a custom search endpoint. We're searching across a site. Already you could integrate this into your website with the REST API, and I'll give a query. Let's type in developers. And we get information that's constrained to Microsoft.com, but relevant to developers. And it's not limited to www.microsoft.com. We're returning results from Azure, as well as MSDN. And we can do other queries that would be relevant, comment to a Microsoft site search, and Surface. And here we're getting results on Surface News and other things about buying the new laptop and things of that nature. So I talked about not just searching across a single site. And so we're talking about the Surface. We actually want to add the Microsoft storefront to our search. And then we can keep on expanding and adding more properties that are relevant. So let's just Xbox, Bing, you could start adding Azure. You can really explore and add sort of all of the Microsoft properties. When I requery Surface, I'm going to now get a mixture of results from all of them. So mostly Microsoft Store, but we also have some results from the main Microsoft site. And I want to show some of the other features here. In fact, we talked about, would this search box make sense across all of the sites on Microsoft? If we're focused on Microsoft Store, we might want to boost the results from Microsoft Store. And then when we refresh the query, we're going to get results mainly from Microsoft Store, but it's also going to be blended from important pages from the rest of the domains you have, such as the top-level Surface page from Microsoft. I'm looking through this, and I see deals on Surfaces. And one key component of custom search is if you want to customize the content for a business promotion, or we want to surface deals to the very top for the query for Surface, we can pin it to the top. And this brings you to a different section within custom search that allows you to map specific documents to specific queries. And this is really about fine-tuning the results. And if you requery again, you have deals up at the top. And I'll get to the JSON API for us in a bit, but this is going to be flagged in the API, so you're free to customize the look and feel of pinned results, or not. It really depends on how you want to use it. So as mentioned before, you can integrate the search into your website or app any way you want. We're not sort of placing raw HTML onto your page. There's no ads. There's no branding. You give us a simple request, and you get back JSON. It's really that simple. So going back to our portal, I wanted to talk about the second scenario, which is a vertical topical search. And I don't know how many of you guys are from Seattle or the Puget Sound area, but let's build a quick vertical about searching for things to do in Seattle. This could be something that the Seattle government wants to sponsor, creating a new website, All Things Seattle. So we'll start with a few sites, we'll explore related sites, and in just a few moments, we'll have a vertical search running. So I'm going to go back to my main page. And we're going to create a search, All Things Seattle. And once again, it initializes. And we need to start with a seed. And I talked about maybe the city government sponsoring this site as a portal for visitors, residents, businesses. So I can start with them. So once we do that, we have a great Seattle Gov site search. If you have a parking ticket, that's going to be a good place to find out how to pay it, where to pay it, those sorts of things. Though it may not be the best site to answer queries like best coffee in Seattle. I have my favorites, but really we have random rows, historical sites. So we want to add more sites to really flesh out this Seattle portal. So you may know of some. I mean, I could just type in seattle.com, I know as a site, but there's a lot more that I'm not familiar with. And I'm not a domain expert on Seattle Visitor's Guide. So if you scroll down, we have a lot of site suggestions that we think are going to be relevant to your topic based on the sites that are in your active list. So you can go through these and review them, but in the interest of time, I'm just going to start adding them. But it's definitely interesting to browse. And sure, dance music, Northwest, I'm guessing. All right, we'll go with that. So once we have all those sites added, we can search again, and now we have a site search that actually gives you a lot of interesting content and relevant. That goes beyond the government site. And like before, if I want to feature a particular coffee shop, I know there's Storyville. Storyville Coffee. It's a place to check out if you're in Pike Place Market. It's hard to find. It's up a few flights of stairs, but it's really interesting. So if you own this portal and you want to partner with people, you can use that to change your results. And just as before, we have an endpoint here, JSON, but to really kind of motivate this, we have All Things Seattle, and you can again go search for parking tickets or events to go on this weekend, or Storyville Coffee. So that's the demo. Just to recap, the first demo I built was a Microsoft site search, and it focused on a few Microsoft properties. I changed it to boost the results from Microsoft Store so we could have a Microsoft Store focused search. And then I showed you an example of pinning a result to the top to feature Surface deals. And then the next example I built was this Seattle visitor portal, All Things Seattle. And I really went in with a single site in just 2 minutes, expanded to 40, 50 sites that really covered a broad range of topics about Seattle. So I hope you can try out Bing Custom Search. It's actually really easy. I just did it for you, but these are the steps just to review. It's in preview mode now. It's free to sign up, free to use. We'll have more information on really pricing models and tiers coming later. We are, as I mentioned, you can find us at the artificial intelligence area, the Cognitive Services Station. The URL to go to is Custom Search AI, or you can search for Cognitive Services and look at all of the services. If you have questions and feedback, Bing Custom Search at Microsoft. Thank you.